Hi, all you gorgeous people out there. Beautiful, amazing, fantastic, light-filled, peace-filled beings out there on your journey, and me on my journey. And here we meet, and we're all one. And this video is going to be more about being and about awareness, and about how to find deep inner joy right where we are, in all our mess, all our problems, all our challenges, all the things that we used to wish would go away, that are not meant to go away, because there's something we need to learn. And as I've shared with you about my marriage, I'm in the midst of it myself, and I'm just learning day by day. And I'm crying every day, and I'm laughing every day, and I'm singing every day, and I just can't believe how intense life is right now. So I had some really great new insights yesterday, and I'll share that with you in a moment. I just want to tell you something about just how I see the earth and what's going on, because I've told you how I believe that we're moving into a new world, and it all sounds very abstract. I'll try to explain what I believe, what it is sort of more, to understand it better, what it is actually that's happening. So as I see it, everything that's created, I mean from the stars to the birds, the soil, the wood I'm sitting by, everything is God, or the one who exploded, just became physical, because God is spirit and cannot be seen, but God decided to be physical, and so this was created, the Big Bang, or whatever you want to call it, and physical matter was created. And many years passed, and then human beings came, and we were primitive human beings, of course, when we first came, and we were very much like the animals. And as it says beautifully in the Bible, all of creation knows. Let me not get this wrong. All of creation is spirit and matter, and has and just is spirit and matter, and that was how humans were in the beginning. We were spirit and matter, and we didn't think about it. It wasn't something we sat and thought, well, I'm spirit and I'm matter, and this is the way the world looks, and we were just connected to everything. Everything was connected, and everything lived in harmony with each other. And then human beings started to realize that they could see that they were not completely one with everything. They were also a being, a separate being. And then separation started, and man started slowly to realize that in a way everything is separated also, and they are separated from other people, and so separation started, and it's called all sorts of things in different traditions. In the Christian tradition, we call it the original sin, and so pain and suffering and a lot of bad things started coming, and it's been going on for thousands of years, that man has been separated, and the ego that we've been talking about, was born then. The ego. Here I am, and I'm special. I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm more beautiful than you. Whatever. All that came, and it wasn't there before. But as it says in the Bible, we were led astray. God made us be led astray so that we could start searching for Him, each and every one of us. So it's all meant to be. So we were led astray, and God starts calling us in our pain and in all our challenges God calls us, and we have to go and knock on the door to meet God as a human being and become one with God. So what's happening, as I see it, is that we're becoming, when we awaken now, we become aware that God is in us. We get to know it, understand it with our mind and with our heart. And it was necessary for us to go from that stage of being very simple and to just be one with everything and not know it, just be it, to being led astray and all becoming separate and making wars and fighting and being very destructive and causing lots and lots of pain, to where we are now, where we have to let go of all this separation and understand that we are actually one, but now we are going to become aware that we are spirit and we are matter, and that God lives in us and that we live in God. The mind can't grasp it, but we are God. We are God in physical form. It's like an octopus with all these trillions of arms, and we're one of the little arms. So God is in us, and God wants us, and He'll make it really hard for us if we don't surrender to this, but He wants to be in us, in all we are, all we say, all we do, all we think. He wants, I mean, He's a very domineering God. He wants to be us. He wants us to surrender to Him so that we are Him. And that's where we are now, how I see it. And all the for this to happen for everyone, and not everyone is going to experience this, but some of us are, and many are. Millions of people are going to experience this, and it's beautiful. But for this to happen, all the old has to be left behind, and as I've said before, all the old also has to surface. All the stuff that's been held down, all the lies, all the stuff that's been stuck has to come up. And so that's why it's so difficult to live right now. And that's helped me just yesterday. I mean, I got this, that really helped me because I get so upset that life is so, and people are so stuck. I get so upset and I get so angry. And this helps me, that just like in a cleansing process where you are cleansing your body, all this bad stuff comes up, all these pimples and bad breath and body smells, all these old diseases come up, and if you try to push that down, you're just not going to cleanse. So for you to be renewed and cleansed, and your body to build new cells and be vitalized, all this has to come out. And that's what's happening. So when people are just so horrible, not even horrible, just so stuck that you just can't believe it. I mean, people who are aged, who behave like hysterical babies. You just want to, I get to the point, I get so aggressive, I want to take something and just bash them, just remove them. That's why they're like that, because it all has to come out. So that really has given me some peace of mind just yesterday. And now I can really relax. And when we awaken, each of us, it's a challenge to be very close to people who are very, very, very stuck. And so this is what this is about. And it can be anyone, your husband, your wife, your children, anyone around you. And this is the lesson I'm just learning now, which has really, really helped me. This is the one part, that it's all happening because it has to happen and it has to come out. So invite it. When you see something, experience someone who's just absolutely stuck and very, very unenlightened, unaware, as you call it living unconsciously. You're not conscious. Just see it as something that has to be there, and that you don't have to dwell in it. You don't have to be part of it. You're here. You're not separate. but you are your own being. So you can just say, this is my little world, and this is my little garden, and here I am, and it's okay. So a bit cold here. Just button my jacket because I'm in a bit of shade here. I should be out in the sun. I'll get myself out in the sun. That's better. I mean, why not sit in the sun when there's sun? So, yeah, that was a great help to see that this is why things are so messy. And it also really, really helps you to get away from there. Oh, I've got a bad family, I've got a bad marriage, I've got bad this and bad that. And just say, well, it is messy, it is hard, and it's meant to be. But I'm still here. The air is here, I'm breathing. The sun is shining on me. And I can decide to be at peace right here. Nobody can change this or ruin this. And I have a video I made the other day. I'll bring after this one, which is about the joy that we have in us and how we can enjoy this joy, this pleasant place. So nobody can get in here unless we let them. So anyway, what I really found yesterday, which was a super tool, is from this wonderful, wonderful book, Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, and you probably know it. And it's all about becoming present. And it's beautiful and wonderful. I personally, I miss the aspect of God in his teachings. I love to see him and listen to him. But for me, I need God. And I think it's very, it just is necessary, I think, to have this relationship. But do as you feel is true for you. But having this interaction with God is so powerful. And the whole thing of prayer, of talking with God, is just, I would not miss it one day. It's so special to know that this Father or this light is watching you and loving you, and that you are so loved that there is nothing, there's no end to the love that is being showered onto you. So there is an action, there is something going on that is nameless. You can't explain it, but you are so endlessly, deeply loved, and that's happening. And that realization, I think, is really important. So anyway, but this is a beautiful practice to be present, because right here everything is, and you are. And the more present you are, the less your ego can be there, because your ego is in the past and in the future. It's a made-up, false person that you thought you were. So anyway, getting into we've got work to do. I could sit here making these videos all the time, but I'm being told you're not allowed to make them all the time. You have to do other things. But I love this so much. So I'm so glad that some people like to watch it, because I just love doing this. Anyway, so down to work here. I looked up relationships, and this is marriage relationship. And I'll read this for you. And it's under enlightened relationships, and it says here, relationship and spiritual practice. So whenever your relationship is not working, whenever it brings out the madness in you and in your partner, be glad. What was unconscious is being brought up to the light. It is an opportunity for salvation. Every moment hold the knowing of that moment, particularly of your inner state. If there is anger, know there is anger. If there is jealousy, defensiveness, the urge to argue, the need to be right, an inner child demanding love and attention, or emotional pain of any kind, whatever it is, know the reality of that moment and hold the knowing. The relationship then becomes your sadhana, your spiritual practice. If you observe unconscious behavior in your partner, hold it in the loving embrace of your knowing so that you won't react. Unconsciousness and knowing cannot coexist for long. Even if the knowing is only in the other person and not in the one who is acting out the unconsciousness, the energy form that lies behind hostility and attack finds the presence of love absolutely intolerable. If you react at all your partner's unconsciousness, you become unconscious yourself. But if you then remember to know your reaction, nothing is lost. Humanity is under great pressure to evolve because it is our only chance of survival as a race. This will affect every aspect of your life and close relationships in particular. Never before have relationships been as problematic and conflict-ridden as they are now. As you may have noticed, they are not here to make you happy or fulfilled. If you continue to pursue the goal of salvation through a relationship, you will be disillusioned again and again. But if you accept that the relationship is here to make you conscious instead of happy, then the relationship will offer you salvation, and you will be aligning yourself with the higher consciousness that wants to be born into this world. For those who hold on to the old patterns, there will be increasing pain, violence, confusion, and madness. This is so profound, and it's such a help for me. So when I see someone in my life who behaves, some people are so emotionally damaged and stuck that they are desperate for attention. Just anyone, see me, you know the type. Oh, please see me, aren't I clever? And some people are so stuck that they don't even care whether they're clever. They actually just do things wrong all the time, because then somebody's going to correct them, and then they get their attention. And as they know in psychology, that a child who is not being given love will try negative ways to get attention, because they're not being seen, and then they will be hit or shouted at, and that satisfies their need for attention, because the worst thing you can do to anyone is ignore them. So I experienced this with someone in my life who is absolutely desperate to be seen and will do things wrong all the time, more or less, to make sure that this person is being seen. And the reaction in me is, bloody hell. That's how I feel. This cannot be true, that a person who's lived a long time on this earth is so stuck. I just find it completely unbelievable. And so what I've learned now is that this I have to be aware of, that I react negatively. So the first step is to realize that I'm reacting, and maybe say, okay, can I stop reacting? Can I say, okay, this might seem absolutely incredible that this person is behaving like this, but what if I say, that's okay? That is their reality. That is where they are in their life. They are desperate for someone to see them, and they will do anything. They will even be criticized. That will satisfy them. That's where they are in their life. It's not me. It's them. And it's okay. Just leave it and say that's where the person is, and the person is doing the person's best. And stop reacting. Say it's okay. It's okay. And that sets me free. And it doesn't only set me free, it sets the person free. Because when I react like bloody hell like this, I go into my own unconscious state, and I I give the negative energy. I give the world negative energy. I'm feeding on the darkness in the earth, on the earth. It's stupid. I have to stop doing it. So when I see this, I have to grab myself and say, okay, right, it's coming now. It's coming. It's coming now. And I won't force myself not to react. I'll just say, okay, right. Or just feel, okay, right, I can feel I'm getting irritated now. I'm getting irritated. And that's what he says. If you do react, as long as you shine your awareness on your reaction, then you have still done something positive. Because, and that's what's so beautiful, it's like the stuck emotions are the darkness, the ego, and the awareness is the light. And the darkness can't, well, you know, if you take a dark room and you shine the light into the room, the darkness goes away, because the light is bright, is stronger than darkness. The light is going to conquer this earth, no matter what we do. So, do you want to work for the light or do you not? I want to work for the light. So, when I, and my awareness that I see this person is doing this, I shine my awareness on it. I don't criticize it. I don't say the bloody hell thing. I don't say that. I just see it's happening now. I shine my awareness onto it. And if I get that one, I can shine my awareness onto that to say, okay, this is happening and I'm getting irritated. I shine my awareness onto it. And Eckhart Tolle says, then you've done, I mean, you're with the light. You're working with the light. So it doesn't matter that you react. But the next step is to stop reacting. So that's what I'm going to work on the next days. These things that irritate me so much in my life with my different relationships and the ones that are right up front, to just practice this. Because my awareness is God. It's God shining in me. God saying, I can see this and I love you. And also my next step is to, when I see this behavior from this person, to actually embrace it with love. I mean, I'm at the point where I can say it's okay. I can't love it. Not yet. I'm not ready to love it. But I can get there if I practice this. And of course it's okay. Because each and every one of us is doing our best where we are. The awareness I have now is what makes me who I am now. And in a year's time, I have more awareness. And I can be more enlightened and more beautiful and more graceful in my life. Shine more light onto other people. I can't do that now. I can only do what I can do now. And it's the same for everyone. And we have to let each other go. And when we stop criticizing, we stop feeding on the darkness of the earth, and we help everyone else to move on. And as he says, the person who is doing these things to you, or the people, or the persons who are doing this, when you practice this, they will leave your life, or they will move on. They will become enlightened. They will grow. So isn't it just beautiful? Just by luckily having some books. If you don't have books, you've got the internet. And this is something I'm just going to really practice. Being aware. Being aware. And when I get angry, to just be aware. Right now I'm angry. It's okay. I don't really have to dig into it, as I've been talking about before, to see is there anything from my past. There might be something from my past, and it will come up. I don't have to dig after it, dig for it. So just notice, right now I'm feeling good. It's beautiful. And right now I'm feeling irritated. It's okay. Yeah, this is just so wonderful, and I hope that, and I pray that you can use some of this in your life, so that you can really feel how you're set free. Because feeling the light in you is being in the state of love and life and joy and freedom. You just feel free and feel good. So we can blossom in the mess. I know this. We can. So I'll end this video now and just send you all my good wishes for you, and I pray that you feel the light shining brighter and brighter. See you soon.